Yo guys, so you've clicked on this video because you make mistakes during fights in Fortnite. Well, good job you've clicked on this video, because in today's video I'm going to be giving you tips on how to avoid these mistakes in fights. So let's get straight into it. So the first tip I'm going to be going over is awareness. Now you may be thinking, awareness? Well, in this clip you see me jump in a box for 4 people, and this is because I just didn't use my awareness. I didn't look at my visualized sound effects, and yeah, this cost me a death. In fights you should be always looking at your visualized sound effects and listening to, how many players there is, what shotgun they have. You need to be just listening to your awareness. Awareness is important in fights in Fortnite, and people struggle with this. And I used to struggle with this, but now I'm always thinking, like, you need to think about how many is there, what shotgun do they have, how can I win this fight? And once you master this awareness sort of skill, you will become a lot better of a fighter. So make sure in fights you're always being aware. Here's a really good example of bad awareness. As you see, I grapple on this kid and I literally stand behind him for a good 2 to 3 seconds, and he doesn't hear me at all. And this is because he rather doesn't, he isn't aware, and he's not listening to around his surroundings, or he doesn't have visualized sound effects on. If you don't have this setting on, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. Please turn on visualized sound effects if you want to be having more awareness. It's going to help you, listen to footsteps and pick up sounds that your headset might not pick up. So make sure you turn on visualized sound effects. This is going to help you avoid having bad awareness more often. Now the second tip I'm going to be giving you is pickaxe swinging twice. Now the reason why this is bad is because if you pickaxe swing twice, there's going to be a delay if they edit, so they're going to get the free shot on you. A good example of not pickaxe swinging twice is here. As you see, I bait the pickaxe swing and it forces him to edit. You want to be doing this more often in fights. I'm going to show you a clip now where double swinging is bad, and it gets you killed. It gets you on that disadvantage, and you do not want to be double pickaxe swinging on walls ever, really, unless they're like 1 HP. So as you can see, this kid double pickaxes on my wall and I get a pre-fire because of it. And the reason for this is because he was double pickaxing. You never want to be double pickaxing unless they're 1 HP. Like I said, the only time you should be pickaxing the wall is pickaxing, then shotgun, pickaxing or bait. They're only things you want to be doing when on a wall. Here's a really good example of shotgun pickaxe baiting. And what you want to do is just try this in creative. If anything, just practice this, because this does bait the players out and it works effectively. So when you're in game, just remember to yourself, bait them, just keep practicing it and put it into your your gameplay, because you will improve and you'll stop making mistakes. Now another tip I'm going to give you is expanding when getting a kill. Now expanding is very important when it comes to fighting in Fortnite. Now people mainly just go for the loot, and that's why they die when they get third partied. When you're fighting and you kill someone, the first thing you should be thinking about is expanding, because as you can see in this clip, this kid gets my loot and greeds for it, and he doesn't expand, and now he's stuck, and I get a free elimination, all because he didn't expand out and have his own builds. When you're in a fight and you kill someone, the first thing you want to be thinking of, expand. You will not make this mistake if you just think expand. When you get a third party, you're going to be ready for it more, because you're going to have more builds, and your surroundings are going to give you that advantage. So when you're in a fight, remember, expand, make the builds yours, then get the loot. Don't get the loot first. Tip 4 is stop being obvious when you're low on HP or you've been hit hard. As you can see in this clip, I hit this kid for so much damage, and the first thing is being obvious. You don't want to be obvious when you're low. You need to be doing return damage. You need to be, just expanding, but not obvious, and not letting them pre-piece you. You need to be thinking smart. This is the way to avoid these sort of things. Like, if you get hit hard, don't be obvious, but expand. Like I said, use that return damage. All these things you can avoid very easily if you just use your brain and be smart, because mainly all things come down to in Fortnite is just being smart and being, just being a bit on the ball with things, and you will avoid dying a lot more often and doing these mistakes. Now, tip 5 is panicking during fights. Now, this may come to you when you get beamed, or you get put low on HP and you start to panic. You don't want to panic in fights. It's the last thing you want to be doing. As you can see in this clip, this kid is panicking as soon as I beam him from the off, and I can see this, and this is why I keep applying pressure, because I've seen him panicking. I know I can apply pressure and he's going to make stupid edits, or he's going to get nervous. Don't show panic in fights, because this will happen to you. People will keep applying pressure because you're getting nervous, you're failing your edits, you're constantly running, you're not bothering fighting. You just need to, calm down. Remember, expand, return damage, and these mistakes are all easily fixed by, the tips I'm giving you. So make sure when you get beamed in a fight, you think, right, calm down, expand, look for return damage or heal it. All these things will be second nature if you just learn them. Now, tip 6 is having the right peaks, or doing the right peaks. Now, in this situation, I actually give away the wrong peak. I give this player the right hand peak and he gets a nice tag on me. The only reason I kill him is because he is low. Now, in fights, you never want to be doing this. This is bad. The way to avoid this is always making sure you're on the better peak, you're on the right hand peak. As you can see again here, I give him the best peak. He hits me for the whole lot. He hits me for 130 there. If I was low there, or we're on the same HP, he kills me because of that. So remember, in fights, always think to yourself, am I in a good peak? And is he in a worse situation than me where I can get the kill? Because in fights like that, the fine margins, that's what gets you killed. So remember, in fights, think to yourself, am I in a good peak? Is this the right peak? And will this peak get me, kill? Or, just certain things like that can, easily win you a fight or change the fight. Now, a good example of a good peak is here. I get a knock and straight away I push, but notice how I tend to make an edit, but I go back in it and I make sure I make the right edit. Here, see, I hit him for 90 and I think to myself, right, I need to make another right hand peak, because if I make a normal peak, he's fully charged and he could one pump me. So I will go for the right peak and I make sure I think to myself, is this the right peak? And it was, and it got me the kill, because if I made a full edit there, I would have been dead instantly. Yo guys, that is the end of the video. Please be sure to leave any comments or any questions about the video, as I am trying to still improve as a content creator. I am also trying to reach 3,000 subscribers, so please be sure to help me out. That would mean a lot and I'd appreciate it. And yeah, have a good day guys. Peace.